Hi everyone, I'm Kalen. Here's exactly how I would invest $10,000 in crypto as a beginner in 2026 for maximum growth. Now, I am not a financial advisor. I cannot see the future, but I've been in crypto for over 8 years. If I were building the ultimate crypto portfolio to hold for at least 5 years, ideally 10 years, I would allocate the first $5,000 out of my $10,000 directly into digital gold. Why? Because Bitcoin accounts for just 0.2% of total global wealth. I believe that over the next 5 to 10 years, real estate will increase in value, gold and art markets will rise, equities, including the US stock market, will grow over a 10-year horizon. But with Bitcoin still under 1% of its total addressable market, and with cryptocurrency being regulated for the first time, it's not unreasonable to expect Bitcoin to grow significantly and capture market share from other store of value assets. As legendary investor Paul Tudor Jones explained,
in terms of it being a great inflation hedge, gold increasing supply every year by a couple of percent. Bitcoin, there's a finite amount that can be mined. It's decentralized, and so in that sense, it has the greatest scarcity value of anything.
there was never a bad time in the last 200 years to buy beachfront real estate. There was never a bad time to buy gold. And you don't want to miss owning your piece of digital real estate, digital gold, in this technological revolution. There is far more innovation in crypto than just digital gold. That's why I would allocate my next $2,000 into Ethereum. Ethereum remains the leading altcoin after Bitcoin in terms of growth and adoption. It hosts the largest stablecoin ecosystem, and stablecoins are not going away. As stablecoins grow, Ethereum benefits. This is why I share this explanation with newcomers.
Okay, so let me explain to you why Ethereum, now that we've talked about crypto, Ethereum is the future of finance. And what I mean by that is Ethereum in this year, it's having its 1971 moment. But what I'm saying is that in 1971, the dollar went off the gold standard. And in 1971, it galvanized Wall Street to create financial products to make sure the dollar would be the reserve currency. Well, in 2025, we're tokenizing everything. So it's not just the dollar that's getting tokenized, but it's stocks, bonds, real estate. And Wall Street is again going to take advantage of that and create products onto a smart contract platform. And where they're building this is on Ethereum. And today, if you look at the share of real-world assets, and the prior panel talked about that, the majority of this, the vast majority, is being built on Ethereum. Even he has said Ethereum has won the smart contract war. As you know, Ethereum has been range-bound for 5 years, as I've shaded here, but it's begun to break out. And that's one of the reasons why myself and Mosaics, Shen from Mosaics is here, we got very involved with Ethereum by turning BitMine into an Ethereum treasury company because we saw this breakout coming. Now, this might actually be more important because Bitcoin and Ethereum are really the two most important crypto L1s or blockchains out there. But if 2025 is about tokenization, that means Ethereum's utility value should be rising. Therefore, you should watch this ratio. Well, I think Bitcoin's going to get to 250,000 within a few months. And if Ethereum price ratio to Bitcoin gets back to its 8-year average, that's $12,000 for Ethereum. But I think Ethereum is going to become the future of finance, the payment rails of the future. And if it gets to 0.25 relative to Bitcoin, that's 62,000. So I think Ethereum at 3,000, of course, is grossly undervalued.
Personally, I don't think Bitcoin hits $250,000 in just a few months, but within 5 years, I do believe it's possible. If adoption continues, Ethereum's ratio relative to Bitcoin should hold. So now, $5,000 in Bitcoin, $2,000 in Ethereum. That's $7,000 allocated. With the remaining $3,000, this is where we take calculated risk. Now we can have more upside potential. My next $1,000 would go into smart contract platform alternatives, dApp ecosystems. Even though I believe Ethereum has the strongest position, a faster, cheaper, more scalable competitor could still emerge. Options include Cardano, Avalanche, Algorand. My hedge against Ethereum is Solana. Solana is showing strong growth. Stablecoin activity is increasing. Daily active users hit all-time highs, up 236% in 4 months, even in a bear market, where institutions dominate activity. Solana is growing. Capital is flowing from Ethereum into Solana. $381 million in ecosystem inflows in 3 months, 69% coming from Ethereum. That signals a real capital shift. To me, that's strong data, not noise. Next $1,000, AI. I am bullish on artificial intelligence. Why wouldn't decentralized AI capture a portion of this market? That's why I allocate $1,000 into Bittensor, TAO. Some believe Tau could 200x in 5 to 10 years. Why? Hard cap of 21 million tokens, like Bitcoin, focus on infrastructure for decentralized AI. Early-stage AI startups building on it, Bittensor operates with subnets, like a decentralized AWS. Projects compete within the ecosystem. Strong projects rise, weak ones get replaced. It's essentially betting on infrastructure. If even one subnet succeeds, the upside for the entire ecosystem is significant. As one investor put it, Bitcoin monetizes stranded energy, Bittensor monetizes stranded talent. One early investor compared its potential to early-stage Uber. Current valuation, approximately $2 to $3 billion. Potential, $500 billion. That's approximately 200x. Not all altcoins will survive. Most will fail. But this is a calculated high-risk, high-reward bet. Now we have Bitcoin, store of value, Ethereum plus Solana, smart contract platforms, Bittensor, AI infrastructure. Final $1,000 remains. This last allocation must go into a project with real product market fit, something still being actively used in a bear market. Many altcoins are down 50 to 90%, but a few continue to grow in usage and adoption. I will continue updating you on all of these coins. When I cut positions, when I double down, good news and bad. If you want to stay informed and become more advanced in crypto, subscribe.